every time you turn up the heat on that glossy non-stick pan, you're not just preparing dinner, you're releasing a silent, microscopic rain of synthetic compounds directly into your food. This isn't a mere byproduct, it's an engineered chemical infiltration happening on your stovetop, designed for convenience but concealing a profound cost. Your kitchen, a sanctuary for nourishment, has become an unwitting delivery system for substances industry hoped you'd never connect to your body. Today, we crack open the file on your non-stick cookware, revealing precisely how per- and polyfluoroalkyl substances, the notorious PFAS, migrate from that seemingly inert surface into the very meals you prepare. You will come to understand the molecular mechanism behind this transfer, the alarming reasons these forever chemicals persist in our environment and our bodies, and the stunning regulatory oversights that have kept this truth simmering beneath the surface of consumer awareness for decades. By the end of this investigation, the notion of non-stick will take on an entirely different, more sinister meaning. Think about the ease of sliding an omelette from the pan, the swift rinse that cleans away stubborn residue. That almost magical quality comes from a dense lattice of carbon atoms entirely bonded to fluorine atoms. This carbon-fluorine bond is one of the strongest known in organic chemistry, creating an exceptionally stable, hydrophobic, and oleophobic surface. It repels both water and oil with a relentless efficiency. For years, this was hailed as a triumph of material science, making cooking effortless for millions. But the very property that made them miraculous also made them perilous. While often described as inert, that term applies to a very specific set of conditions. These pans don't simply sit there passively. At the molecular level, their structure, especially when subjected to heat, is a dynamic environment. When your non-stick pan heats beyond a certain point, typically around 500 degrees Fahrenheit, or when its surface experiences the microscopic abrasions from utensils or even enthusiastic scrubbing, the polymeric matrix begins to degrade. Tiny particles, often invisible to the naked eye, break away. This isn't just about large, visible flakes, it's a constant, imperceptible erosion. You cook a steak, sear some vegetables, flip an egg, and with each culinary action, minuscule amounts of these fluorinated compounds detach, mingling with the fats and liquids in your food. This process means that your evening meal could contain a hidden ingredient, a legacy of that non-stick surface. Once ingested, these compounds are not easily broken down by your digestive system, nor are they readily excreted. They are built to last, both on the pan and inside you. The human body, remarkably efficient at metabolizing and eliminating many foreign substances, finds itself utterly stumped by PFAS. The robust carbon-fluorine bonds that make them non-stick also make them resistant to biological degradation. They don't just pass through, they accumulate. They enter the bloodstream, circulate throughout the body, and begin to settle in organs like the liver, kidneys, and even fatty tissues. This isn't an overnight phenomenon. It's a gradual internal buildup, a silent, creeping saturation that can continue for years, or even decades, long after you've discarded your first non-stick pan. Researchers like Sunderland et al., in a pivotal 2019 review published in Environmental Science and Technology, meticulously outlined the intricate environmental and human exposure pathways for PFAS, confirming that dietary intake, especially from contaminated food, represents a significant route. They emphasize the compound's incredible persistence, both in our environment and our physiology. The silence isn't safety, it's stealth. This accumulation is why they've earned the chilling moniker, forever chemicals. You're not just exposed once, your body becomes a long-term storage facility. And what happens when these foreign, persistent chemicals establish residence within your physiology? The documented health consequences are not theoretical, they are stark, supported by decades of scientific investigation. Imagine your body's delicate hormonal balance, a symphony of precisely timed chemical signals governing everything from your metabolism to your mood. PFAS, once inside, act as insidious disruptors. They interfere with your endocrine system, mimicking hormones or blocking their natural function, throwing the entire orchestra out of tune. Consider your thyroid, a small gland in your neck, yet a titan in regulating energy, growth, and metabolism. Studies have shown that elevated levels of PFAS can disrupt thyroid hormone levels, leading to conditions like hypothyroidism. Before, a stable, functioning thyroid maintaining your metabolic equilibrium. After, a system struggling, potentially manifesting as unexplained fatigue, weight gain, or a general sense of malaise that you might attribute to stress or aging. This isn't just about feeling tired, it's about a fundamental biological process being compromised. It's not just a trace. Your immune system, your body's frontline defense against illness, also bears the brunt. Evidence suggests PFAS exposure can weaken immune responses, making you more susceptible to infections and potentially reducing the efficacy of vaccines. Before, a robust immune system ready to fend off invaders. After, a compromised defense, leaving you more vulnerable. A landmark epidemiological study conducted by the C8 Science Panel, established following extensive PFOA contamination in communities near a DuPont plant, published extensive findings throughout the 2000s. This panel meticulously detailed effects linked to PFOA exposure, including elevated cholesterol, ulcerative colitis, thyroid disease, and certain cancers affecting the kidneys and testicles. The data from this massive 7-year investigation, involving tens of thousands of people, provided undeniable evidence of significant harm. Let that sink in. The regulatory agencies have known for years, even decades, about the profound risks associated with these compounds. Industry, meanwhile, has often argued for the safety of trace amounts or moved to introduce newer, safer PFAS compounds without sufficient long-term toxicological data, maintaining the illusion of progress while the underlying chemical problem persisted. The gap between documented danger and public disclosure is not accidental. It is a calculated failure to protect. This insidious journey from your kitchen stove to your body's most vital systems underscores a dangerous negligence that has been systematically withheld from you, the consumer. The good news is that understanding this invisible threat empowers you to reclaim control over your kitchen and, by extension, your health. You don't have to wait for sweeping regulatory changes. There are concrete steps you can implement today to dramatically reduce your exposure to PFAS from cookware. First, scrutinize your current cookware collection and immediately retire any non-stick pans with visible scratches, flaking, or a compromised surface. Even the smallest imperfection means the underlying layers are exposed, increasing the likelihood of PFAS leaching into your food. This isn't about cosmetic damage, it's about a breached barrier. Replace these items with safer alternatives. Opt for cookware crafted from seasoned cast iron, high-grade stainless steel, or enameled ceramic that explicitly states it's free of all PFAS, not just PFOA. There are numerous excellent options available that offer durability and safe cooking without relying on fluorinated polymers. Second, fundamentally change your cooking habits if you continue to use non-stick pans. Never preheat an empty non-stick pan to high temperatures, and avoid cooking at extreme heat settings with these surfaces. The thermal degradation of PFAS accelerates dramatically at temperatures above 500 degrees Fahrenheit, leading to a much higher release of these compounds. Use medium or low heat settings, and always add oil or food before heating the pan. Furthermore, use only wooden, silicone, or plastic utensils to prevent scratching the surface, and avoid abrasive cleaners or scouring pads. If you truly wish to eliminate risk, remove them entirely. What's in your cupboard right now? Third, become a relentless label detective for all products claiming to be non-stick or stain-resistant. The phase-out of PFOA, perfluorooctanoic acid, in many non-stick coatings led to its replacement by other PFAS chemicals, such as Gen-X or PFBS, which possess similar concerning properties. A PFOA-free label does not mean PFAS-free. Look for explicit certifications or statements confirming the absence of all per- and polyfluoroalkyl substances. If a product simply says new and improved non-stick coating without disclosing its exact chemical composition, exercise extreme caution. Prioritize materials like pure stainless steel, cast iron, or glass for baking and storage, where the inherent non-stick property isn't relying on a chemical coating. Your kitchen, once a place of comfort and creation, now stands as a testament to the quiet battle against invisible intruders. That glossy surface, once a symbol of culinary ease, is now an urgent question mark, demanding your informed scrutiny. You now understand that convenience can often mask compromise, and that the promise of an effortless meal can come at an unseen biological cost. This awareness transforms your relationship with every product label, every shopping decision, and every culinary choice you make. You no longer simply trust, you investigate. You now see not just a pan, but a complex chemical interface, and you understand the power of choosing what truly enters your home and your body. The invisible threads of contamination, woven into the fabric of daily life, demand our unwavering attention. We've peeled back a layer of what's truly cooking in your non-stick pans, revealing the silent legacy of forever chemicals. This is just one crack in the veneer of perceived safety. Your home holds more secrets, your shopping cart more questions, and we will find them. Join us for the next investigation, where we will uncover another commonly trusted item lurking in plain sight that reshapes your understanding of what you touch, use, and rely on every single day.